I had a conversation with a woman who I went to college with. She was probably my best female friend in college. And she was tore up. And her story kind of blends in with some more stuff that went on yesterday. So, well, I'm talking to her on the phone, and she explains how her father has been suffering from a illness for a long time, and at one point, her and other family members had to go get blood just in case they needed, some blood. But I think it had something to do with his lungs. They even, I think his wife filed for the asbestos claims because he worked at a plant, years ago. According to her, her father was a chain smoker, and more likely, he just developed some type of lung issue, via his smoking. But he did work at a plant, so it could have contributed, this or that. But then she told me that her father passes away, and after all was said and done, the hospital contacted her, contacted her family, and said, "Hey, we need to talk." And according to the powers that be, she said that she told me that they said there was really no possible way this man could have been your father. And I wish I could have been there to hold her, because she started bawling, started crying. Because listen, I know how she feel. Even though I learned it when I was 7, 8 years old, when I was real young. She's 53, and it tore her up. So as she's telling me this, she's crying, and she's like, her whole world has been bamboozled. Now she loves and respects that man because he raised her. But on the flip side, she's like, they could have told me. Well, come to find out, I don't think he even knew. Now she's still talking to family members and talking to independent people, but according to her, she don't even think he knew. Which, was a mother fooling around? Did her mother have someone before she met her father? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen this woman since my college days, and even back then, she used to talk about how crazy it was in the family. But it puts me on a bigger scale, because she feels that she has been bamboozled. She has been hoodwinked, for 53 years. And I know how she feels. But on a grander scale, I think about bigger issues. Now listen, this is a huge issue for her. She's a friend, so I understand it's big. But it ties into something I heard yesterday. Some individual that went to the church that's led by a Georgia Senator, Warnock, which is the devil. He's the devil oh my God, he's the devil in flesh. And this person explained, and I saw this via, somebody sent it, I think it was on TikTok or something like that, I don't know. But the person was like, as this person did a deep dive into the church, because this person felt that he or she had belonged to a Baptist church. And Warnock's church is not a Baptist church. It's a progressive church that was created by Martin Luther King, because him and his little groupies got kicked out of the National Baptist Convention back in the 60s. Well, somebody, I think, lost their life. But they were kicked out, so they had to form their own. And this Warnock, his church is a direct descendant of that particular set. I guess that's the correct way to say it, because I know they have 2 or 3 churches here in Alabama, and I'm assuming that the Progressive Baptist Church has got churches in other states. I don't think it's just here in Alabama. But it's almost like, to put it in, to give an example, how you can build a Cadillac and somebody steals the patent for that Cadillac and builds something just like it, but it ain't no Cadillac. It's not real. It's a car, but it's not real. These are Baptist churches, but they're not real Baptist churches, if you get what I'm saying. So this person went on, and I'm like, so many things has happened over the past 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years, that what's real. And listen, I've talked about this before. If you go back and look at any of my shows, I've talked about this plenty of times. But watching this video and talking to my friend, it kind of brought it all back. What is real? You know, it's one thing when you got dumb people following behind Jim Jones, knowing that this man is evil, knowing what this man is about. He's a crook, he's evil, but you willingly, you're a useful idiot. You following behind this person. But just like so many people that goes to these mega churches and follow these Joel Osteens and all these people, they legitimately feel that they're doing the right thing. They're going to church, they're serving God. And it's not real. These mega churches and these mega pastors, they're not real. But you're going to have people, millions of people who follow them. And this person who was talking about the Warnock Church has actually started getting into things that I listen to. You know, I told you before, Vince Everett Ellison and Virgil Walker. These people, especially Virgil Walker and Chad O. Jackson, these are scholars, and they have studied. They have studied the video footage, and there is some video footage out there. The books, and they have put all this together. And y'all, we were led astray by the civil rights movement. We were. This man was led. This man is in direct correlation with that, because what the civil rights movement meant, which was false. The leader of that movement was kicked out of the Baptist church, started his own chain of evil sanctuaries, and this person happened to belong to one. Y'all, it all ties in. And listen, somebody who's smarter than me and more intelligent than me can put this together better. But it all ties in. The ACLU, the NAACP, the Urban League, all of this was crooked. Now, back when it started, no, I don't think it was crooked. I think it had a purpose, especially NAACP and the Urban League. It had a purpose. But over the years, crooked people, evil people have infiltrated. And you get what you get, and we got what we got. So this individual, I probably never meet him a day in my life. This individual that went to the Progressive Baptist Church, Warnock's church, God bless you. And I know how it feels to have been bamboozled. Listen, I went to church every Sunday, and the fans that we used in church had this Martin Luther King face on it. You had one fan was the face of Jesus on it, one face was the face of Martin Luther King. And I know for a solid fact that face was Martin Luther King. Oh my God. I think back now, because my mom and them, they really embraced the civil rights movement. They got to be turning over in their graves now, since the truth has come out. But to my friend, I'm going to keep talking to her, texting and talking, because I know how she feel right now. She's hurt. She's distraught. She's in a lot of pain. So I'm going to pray with her, because believe it or not, the best thing you can do for people in that time, when they're in that time of need, is pray. That's the best thing you do. But listen, I appreciate you guys listening. I love you. Damn sure appreciate you. And as always, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we keep him first. See you next time.